scar on my head, for doing things I cannot discuss on public domain. Wait, what? No, I was actually helping my daughter, and I was helping protect her from danger. And Daddy took the danger, boom, right to the head. That's okay. She's nice and safe. Daddy, on the other hand, is steri stripped up. What's up, ephedrine, SoCal Seth? Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, everybody. So you know what topic is. Does weed hurt your gains? That's the question. And what do you guys think? What's the answer? Does weed hurt gains? No. Weed doesn't hurt gains. Now, I got to enter a disclaimer here. We do not condone the use of illegal drugs, right? I know marijuana is now legal in many states here in the United States and around the world. So you must follow the laws of your jurisdiction. Here in Nevada, marijuana is recreationally legal and medicinally legal. So it's completely legal here. Therefore, I can openly discuss, I believe, but I'm not suggesting that you do without being under a doctor's care. You got all that boilerplate disclaimer? So, what the answer is, and when we say weed, we're picturing weed, man. Ooh, the sticky, icky. That's what we're picturing, but that's not always what it is because nowadays there's so many different delivery mechanisms. You can eat it, right? You can have your little gummy bears. You can make your own homemade butter, weed butter. You can turn it into an almond butter, which is probably something that I would recommend. I don't know if I could or should, but I probably would because it would probably be utterly delicious, especially as like a morning weed butter on almond or almond butter on sprouted grain toast with some sliced banana. Ooh, my goodness. And a little sip of coffee to start your day would be great. Now, it's possible that once upon a time I had a recipe that we called graham cracker delights. Oh my God. You want to hear it? It was almond butter and it was Nutella and it was graham crackers baked, wrapped in foil. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, that being said, I'm off the topic already. Does weed hurt gains? No, weed doesn't hurt gains as long as you use it responsibly and legally. It does not hurt gains. The time that weed can hurt gains is when you sit your fat ass on the couch and you don't do anything except eat bad food. I know a lot of athletes, a lot of athletes who do use THC products in some way, shape, or form. Nowadays, many of those are pharmaceutical grade THC products. They use those before they train jujitsu. They use those before they go on runs. They use those before they go and lift weights. They use those when they're programming their periodization training schedule. So the answer is no. I have not seen not one single reason why THC hurts gains. When I talk about gains, we're talking all gains, not just replication of muscle tissue, but also the training, the motivation, the desire, the intensity, the focus. Now, this matters. This is an area that can actually have a contradiction or a conflict. If smoking weed turns you into a fucking stump where you just grow roots in the ground and you just stand there and fucking laugh at cars driving by, you probably should stay away from it because you're probably not going to be able to make gains or apply the necessary intensity. I do know many athletes who thrive under that state, who actually perform better while under the influence of a THC product. Now, are we talking about weightlifting, bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, strength sports? Or are we talking more mixed martial arts, wrestling, boxing, judo, jujitsu, combat sports? I'm actually talking about all sports right now. So, what the answer is no. No, I've seen zero data that shows that THC hurts your gains. The only area of concern would be your motivation. If you can't stay focused, then you should stay away. Many athletes, and most of the athletes that I do see who have anecdotal reports of their use of THC with regards to training, it actually increases their focus. That's what they report, and I've actually seen it. So let me answer some of your questions before we get out of here. I hope that helps. Hello, Dolce. What's up, Dolce? Hey, Ephedrine. What's Seth? What's up? Bo Swim. What's up, man? CBD oil. I'm a fan of CBD oil. I've seen tremendous results from CBD oil with myself, but also with our athletes. Plus, the scientific literature is very sound. Benjamin Franklin. No. Ephedrine says, I don't smoke anything. SoCal Seth, happy birthday, Seth. Long time member of the team here, or community at the Dolce Diet. Appreciate you being a member and appreciate all the feedback that you give us. Happy birthday, Seth. I hope it's a good one. Ben Franklin, the legal forever here in Holland. Holland, THC is legal. Oh, Ben Franklin. Man, Ben Franklin, that's funny. Ben Franklin, Benjamin Franklin, but you're in Holland. Are you an American? Dan Skinder, we don't GAINZ, but I quit smoking because it's easier for me to stay focused on diet and training while not smoking. And Dan, that's the point that I was making before, and that's actually a very good point. If being under the influence of THC hurts your focus, your mental intensity, your discipline, then you got to stay away from it. And that's common. A lot of people, it does fuck with the mentality of making gains. From a physical capacity, there's no issue, there's no problem. The mental capacity, that's the problem. Alf says, Yo, Dolce, I vaporize weed and it helps me sleep and rest. I give you the clap, man. Wait, I gave you the clap. Wait, time out. That's going to end up on TMZ. I didn't know. She didn't tell me. I thought she was a virgin. Just kidding, man. But no, definitely applaud you because that helps a lot of people, and that falls under the medicinal category. Of course, I must, due to certain laws, I must enforce or suggest that you only ingest THC and CBD under the supervision of your medical doctor and only where it is legal to do so. Yo, Dolce, vaporize weed helps me sleep. Sammy, son, I've taken a break from puffing. I scoff a lot when I'm high, mainly fruit, but a lot of fruit. Okay, you eat a lot when you're high. I get it. Now, this is where that mental discipline comes in. We should be strong enough to avoid that. You should have the mental boundaries set up so you don't have to worry about that. But I do respect the fact that you've noted it and you've actually found a way to avoid it. Good for you. What else we got? Good morning, Desiree. Coach Desiree Schmidt. Good to see you. Alf Graham, alcohol is my arch nemesis, to be honest. I agree. Alcohol will fuck your gains. Alcohol will ruin your gains. Alcohol is poison. Alcohol is death. Alcohol has no place in a healthy body, has no place in a fit body. I don't care what anybody says. Alcohol is disgusting, poison. Stay away from it. I don't care. You got to stay away from alcohol. What's up, man? That was the Bob, everybody. Ichivera, hey, Mike, what would you say is the best way to build the upper back? I have a wide back, but lack that silverback gorilla thickness. I would perform what's called the Yates row, made popular by Dorian Yates. I wouldn't do the underhand grip that he used. He did tear his bicep. I would perform it with an overhand grip. We've had a lot of success performing modified versions of the Yates row using kettlebells and dumbbells, which allow a little more variability with grip. So you can use more of a neutral grip. But rowing, you want to build that thickness. Row your back gently to the gains. That's what I'm talking about, man. Lots of row. And remember, when you row, a lot of people row and kind of stop here. You want to row and get that elbow all the way back and through. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to contract all that meat. I'm trying to contract all that meat to my spine. So I'm trying to pull my elbows so far back. I'm trying to squeeze that scapula together and bunch all that meat up next to my spine. That's the goal here. But you got to row, man. Hard and heavy. You should come train here at Dolce Fitness. We train fucking hard, man. No machines out here. There are no machines in our facility. We have a reverse hyper. I don't consider that to be a machine. A reverse hyper, that's the only thing close to a machine that you could even see in our facility. Everything is barbells and dumbbells and kettlebells and elastic bands and sandbags and med balls. We have 150-pound med balls here. We don't fuck around. That's why we all got thick ass fucking backs and necks and big asses and fucking real muscle built over here. Earth grow nutrients, Benjamin Franklin. That's what I'm talking about, man. Greens, baby, greens. Seth, I've never done it, but I assume munchies would be a gains killer. They could be, but that depends on what's in your house. What do you eat? Right? Every food product in my house is fucking awesome. It is there to make gains. So what am I going to overeat on? I'm going to overeat on wild caught salmon. I'm going to overeat on quinoa. I'm going to overeat on red grapes. I'm good. Mahi mahi, good fish to eat. It can be. I mean, yeah, but no. I'm going to stick more with that the Pacific Northwest wild caught salmon. Weed gives me good mind muscle connection, a nail says. And yeah, I agree. A lot of people actually get that. A lot of my martial arts buddies, my jujitsu friends, they love rolling when they're high. Problem is, though, they don't quite have the same lung output when they're high. So they got to be careful when they're going into more of drilling and tech sessions and flow sessions. They'll smoke a little bit beforehand. But if they're going hard, they're going live, they stay away. And usually they'll do a little shot of espresso. Could you please talk about neck training? I'm making all kinds of gains on 3 weeks of shredded and your weight training advice. Thanks. Ichivera is following our 3 weeks to shredded program at thedolcediet.com. Tens of thousands of people are using 3 weeks to shredded right now at thedolcediet.com and making more gains than they've made in their entire life. 3 weeks to shredded is the most successful weight loss program ever devised, as proven by the world's greatest athletes. We are the only team with a 20-plus year career with a 100% success ratio, getting world-class athletes ready to weigh in and compete. We have never, ever, 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 ever once had an athlete miss weight ever in our career, and that's because of 3 weeks of shredded. That is available for you at thedolcediet.com. You can use my promo code DolceTube. That's Dolce Tube and save 10%. Why not? You can start a 4 or 12-week program like Ichivera is following right now. Now, when it comes to neck gains, you see them gains? See these neck gains? Neck gains. Ooh, look at this. Neck gains, baby. Neck gains. You got them? You see them? Neck gains. I'm not genetically gifted. I have no good body parts. The only gift that I have is a blue-collar work ethic growing up in poverty in New Jersey. Poverty, like extreme poverty. I've mentioned it before. No heat, no water, no electricity in my home for over a decade. It's true. I shed one single tear, and then I say, fuck it, let's get to work. So what has built my neck? What has built my body? Now, I don't have a pretty body. I am not Ziz. I am not Mr. Aesthetic, and I do not care to be. When you look at me, you say, that's a fucking strong dude. That dude's a beast. I'm a fucking beast. I'm strong as fuck, and I look like it. My neck shows it. Why is that? Because I fucking lift hard and heavy with perfect form. I'm not one of these fucking dill holes that cheats weight. We train until technical breakdown, not muscular failure. And that's a big, big, big difference. Technical breakdown, which is important. Like I said, we have no machines out there. When I do bicep curls, rarely when I ever do bicep curls, although the bicep of truth is obviously a beautiful specimen to stare at. When I do bicep curls, all the weight start on the floor. If I'm doing barbell bicep curls, I don't put the fucking weight in the rack like a pansy. I put the weight on the fucking floor like a real man. And I pick the weight up off the floor and I curl from there. And when I'm done, I put the weight back down. Almost every training session has some sort of deadlift or pull or row. Every training session, something hard and heavy. So how do you build the neck? Ladies and gentlemen, I have to answer this call. My apologies. I will be back soon. Very important client here. I will be back.